All right, well, I'm going to show you around my bug out bag, uh, which actually I didn't have it with me in the truck, but I do have the truck prepared for the situation I had last night. It was a perfect storm, though, when most of the things that I had in the truck did not work out or were broken. Didn't work, didn't work. All right, so let me just show you through this. We'll start out with a small pocket over here. See what we got in here. Oh, here we go. Very important. We got lighters. So we got fire. Um, I collected lighters for a while because even if I don't use them all, there's people that might need them or that could use them. All right, here we go with some waterproof matches. And here what we have is an assortment of hooks, of fish hooks, very light. You can have really just one or two, but this came in a nice handy little case. So I brought it with me because you never know if you're going to go long term needing to stay out. I've just put some of the things that I thought would be handy, and it's not light. It's not light, but it's still something that I could probably haul with me. A headlamp. Headlamp come really handy at night, so you can still have both hands. Fish wire. Fish wire. You'd be surprised how strong this is and how many uses you could have in a situation where you need to do stuff for yourself. Okay. Got a nice little all-in-one, all-in-one tool. Which, if you call yourself, um, being out, it would be good to put this on your belt. That way, you got all kinds of little handy stuff to help you along with your new adventure. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, more matches. We have band-aids. We have band-aids. We have some gauze. More matches. All right. So, backup headlamp. Very important. This next item is very important. Right here, a live straw. It's called a live straw for a reason. This is a filter that you can put in just about any water and get clean water out of it so that you don't die of thirst or dehydration. Okay? They invented this to help the population of Africa because there's millions that die of malaria, which is a waterborne disease, every year. And they made a big dent with this because they could actually go into what seemingly would be dirty water and drink and not die from that water. Okay, has many uses. It's like 100,000 uses it has. Okay, so this is something that I'll talk about in future videos of surviving and having to, go off grid unexpectedly or expectedly. So what this is, it's a gallon, light, very light, but it come in handy because if you find a water source and it's a good distance from the camp where you're at or the home base that you got established and you don't want to keep walking back and forth, you can take this and load it up and be able to have pretty good amount of water to use before you have to go back again. So this is a very light to carry. It's a gallon jug and it's a emergency blanket. Lightweight design made from aluminized non-stick polyester. Okay, it's flexible. So this will get you out of a tight spot. I could have used this the night I spent out. Very important. Very important. This paracord is a really uh, good quality, and you can do so much with it. You really can't be in the woods without this and not need it. You need this for everything. Try to minimize to what you think you would need. And the best way to find out and know what it is you need is to actually go out there and need it. Go out there and do it. Go in your car for 3 or 4 hours if you can handle it, or more if you can handle it, and see what you would need if you had nobody around you that would help you, if you were on your own. Just short term, you got to get some water, you got a few snacks. Okay, longer term is going to demand that maybe you leave your car for a minute to go get warm. You don't want to overuse your battery because then you got a dead car whenever you might be able to move again. Or see what I'm saying? So there's different levels of preparedness that you can get ready for, but you have to be able to think about it and know, how much prepared you want to be. Very important. Very important. It's a saw, and it comes in really handy when you're trying to get firewood, because all you need is really, something along that size, and this is really easy. It goes right through it, and it folds right up, so it's safe, and it really doesn't weigh very much, but it's worth its weight in gold. Listerine. This is a perfect antiseptic right here. You get caught, you get any kind of scratch or anything, you clean it with this, and you're probably way ahead of anything else that you could do to it at that point. So a little bit of this goes a long way. Well, what's this? This is the leftover of a magnifying glass. Why would you have a magnifying glass with you? Well, not only can you magnify with it, but you can make fire with it. Focus it on the sun with the right tinder, you got fire. Two ways to make a fire, plus all those lighters and all the matches. You got to have a redundant way of everything, because if one fails, you got another one. If one fails, the second one fails, you have another one. Okay, very important, and I know that from experience. Okay, just this one past experience I had. Um, I have 5 minutes on my phone before an angel sent from God, okay, somebody that came an hour and a half away, was going to have to go back home an hour and a half, and he brought me food. He brought me this jacket right here, and he brought it with all the love in the world, without expecting anything in return. When people were here, they could have helped me, and they were just being an audience. They were just enjoying the show. So that's okay because I learned a lot, and I was actually able to make this video out of that. So hopefully, if I help one person to be ready and not have a horrible experience being unable to do anything for themselves because they didn't prepare, then I would have done my job. Take the time to, no matter how little it is that you're going to prepare for a situation that nobody can plan for, really, when you look at it 100%. There's dozens and dozens of videos on go bags and what to do in every instance you can imagine. So you can go further and look into that if it's something that interests you. I'm just trying to get your curiosity up about this whole thing based on my experience. Okay, it's not fun. It really isn't fun. When you start getting hungry, you'd be surprised. You start thinking of some recipes you can make with all kinds of stuff. It's kind of funny. And all I can tell you is You got to sit in your car and play make believe. First thing you got to do is keep your phone charged. Second thing you got to do is you got to be able to continue to get liquids in your body. Then after that, once you go past the few hours mark, you know you're going to get hungry. So it would be good if you had something there that you could eat, so that it keeps the stress level down. Then you need to uh, figure out if you're going to stay a little bit longer or a lot longer, and what your game plan is, based based on your research and on your experience, because you've already tried it. Maybe you went camping and just didn't use anything but whatever it is you would use if you were in a situation where that's all you had. The further you go about getting ready for it, including experiencing some of it, the less of a shock it will be to you. And once you know what you got to do, you'll be a lot calmer than if you just throw your hands up and say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You're dead at that point. And let me tell you, we're not living in a stable world. So you might just need some of these skills sooner, you might think. For you, for your loved ones, friends, or just a stranger that you meet that needs your help. I hope I helped at least one person to realize that they need to prepare in the likelihood that they might need to rush out of their home in an emergency, or they get their car breaks down in a place where help won't be coming. If the phone breaks down and you break down, what are you going to do? So that's the perfect scenario. Think of it that way. If you can't communicate with anybody and you break down, what are you going to do? How many hours are you prepared for? How long are you prepared for? This is what the bug out bag is all about. Experience it and it won't be a shock to you. I hope that you do well.